Paul Evans is one of the directors of a big leisure company. He was put into an induced coma. While he was in the induced coma, he lived an entire life in Singapore. He could tell you the brand of toothpaste that he used every morning. He could tell you the route that he drove to work. And this is while he's in this induced coma. So his family goes out to see him in the real world, and they're looking at him in the hospital bed. Now, in his life in Singapore, his father dies. So he buries his father in his dream world. And in the real world, his father is looking at his son laid in this hospital bed, crying whilst in a coma. They think that that was his actual father watching real Paul cry because the dream version of him was burying his father in the dream world.
It's like some Matrix stuff going on.
While he was at work, he was part of a team that was building out a new virtual reality game. There's some complications with the virtual reality world that he's getting into, and they're really trying to push the limits of what they can do with this technology. And one day he gets trapped inside the simulation. This is like Inception. So he's 2 levels deep, and he's trapped inside, and all of the people in the dream outside of the virtual reality world are trying to get him out. And he says it was like being inside of a membrane. He was running his hands across this membrane, trying to find a way to get out. And he was locked inside of this thing for days. And then eventually he managed to find a tiny little seam, and he could sort of pull his hand through. And when he did that, he woke up from his coma in the real world. I spoke to him about this. I was like, you do know that you're going to have to bury your dad twice.